Hey, hey, welcome to Live with Lynn. So if you're here, say hi. If you're watching the replay, be sure to type replay so I know you were here. I'm Lynn Huber, and I appreciate you being here today. So today we're going to talk about plan your day and make a to-do list. I mean, you wouldn't set out on a journey without a plan, right? Likely you would do research, you'd make a list of what you need to successfully travel and be prepared for the expected and unexpected issues that would come up. You might make a list of what you need to pack. Okay, well, I do that. I have a list on the computer that of everything I need on a trip, and so I just print it out before every trip so that I don't miss something when I'm packing, right? I don't want to get there. It seems like we always get somewhere and we forgot something. So that list helps. Doesn't make it's not 100% foolproof, but it helps. You might also make a list of important issues that need attention before you leave, and maybe any other elements of the trip that need attention, like where you're going to stop along the way, where you might get gas, where you might stop to eat, or what sites do you want to see along the way. Hi, Anitra. Hi, Denise. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. So you would shop and you'd get the items you need and you'd pack and prepare and you'd load everything into the car, and then you'd make sure that you got gas and maybe something to drink on your way out of town. Daily life is a lot like a new journey taken every day. Making a list in preparation for the journey is vital for getting the details of the journey covered. So let's look at some ideas for making a stellar daily to-do list. Excuse me. So the first one, plan your day the day before. So as your day progresses, things happen, right? And many times you might realize that you can't accomplish everything you wanted to, or you'll find things that you need to push off to the next day. So start your to-do list for tomorrow right away now. Right? So that you're ahead of the game. And then add everything to your to-do list with abandon, and don't worry about if it should be there or not. And then you can revise as you go. So don't worry about an item's worthiness to be on the list. Just add it to the list, and as soon as it comes into your mind, as soon as you think of it. Because that's so many times things come into your mind fleetingly, and then they're gone and you forget all about them. So if you get in the habit of adding them to your list, then, once it's on your list, you can always decide at a later time or at the end of the day if it should stay on your list, right? Sort your list into categories. Anitra says, I have a list for camping. Works pretty well. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like for me when I go on a trip. Yeah, perfect. So sort your list into categories. I typically have one to-do list. I don't categorize it. Everything goes in the same list, just like I use one calendar for everything. But and some people might prefer to have it in categories like personal and business, but I just feel like you're going to miss something if you have it that way. But one way that I do suggest that you keep it in categories is decide if something must be done by you or if it's something you can delegate it. So farm out the items that can be managed by someone else, and then keep the items for yourself that require your attention. So that's where you might have that two lists. So you might have a list for the things you need to do, but you still need another list for the things that need to be done but not by you, because having those things on your to-do list are still critical. They're still really important to be on your list, because you're still going to need to take responsibility to make sure they were done, even if it wasn't by you, right? So if you have it on a separate list or maybe in a separate category on your list or whatever, then you still can check them off as they get done, as the person tells you that they got it done, or you can check and see if it was done or whatever. And that way nothing falls through the cracks, right? So put your list in order. Tackle the toughest things on your list first. Generally, people have the most energy in the morning. So doing the hardest things out of the gate can alleviate stress and inspire you with your accomplishments. If you happen to be a night owl, then maybe you could schedule your tasks that way for the nighttime, for when you're have the most energy, right? Cross off your items as you go. There's such a wonderful feeling of accomplishment that comes when you just cross it off, right? Cross that off. You got it done. Up next, right? So give yourself a high five or kudos for getting things marked off your list. And then prep your new list. Prepare for the new day by transferring any unfinished items to the top of your next day's list. I actually use an app for my to-do list. It's called Microsoft To Do, and it's a free app. I used to use Wunderlist, and I actually love that program. I miss it so bad. But Wunderlist was bought out by Microsoft, and they folded it into their Microsoft To Do program. But the Microsoft version is not quite as good as Wunderlist in my mind, but it's close and it does what I need it to do, right? So the things that I love best about it is it's a little app that just sits in the bottom of my computer. It's in the bottom of my computer screen, and I can click on it and I can see what I need to do. I can add something to the list or I can check something off. And it's also on my phone and my laptop and it's synced. So no matter where I'm at, my list is there. And so I can access it from anywhere and I can see what's checked off and what I still need to do. You can schedule a task for a certain date and time if you want, and you can create repeating tasks. So for instance, my Avon business is built around a 2-week schedule called a campaign, right? And every campaign is when a new book comes out, and I can create tasks that happen every 2 weeks to align with my campaign, such as send out reminder texts to my customers or promote a new campaign on Facebook, right? I also have tasks that are scheduled to repeat every day so I don't forget to do something. I know it's silly as it sounds, but I actually have a task that says, say happy birthday to everybody on Facebook. So, I mean, because I don't want to forget, right? And I just check them off as I get them done. And if they're repeating tasks, they'll just automatically create a new task for the next upcoming scheduled date after I check it off. So if I don't get something that day, for me, with Microsoft To Do, I just leave it on my list. I don't have to move it to the next day because it shows at the top of my list as past due. And so that tells me that that's top priority for that day until I get it checked off, right? So having a to-do list that I work every day makes all the difference in the amount I can accomplish every day. And it will do that for you too. Creating and following an effective to-do list is a perfect way to get control of chaos, plan your day, and be very effective with your time. I know the people that are on this with me right now. Anitra, she's got her kids, and Denise has her grandkids, and she babysits all day. And I know you guys live hectic lives. And so having that to-do list will just be invaluable for you because you're going to get interrupted all day long by the kids. I know you are. And then you can get right back to your to-do list, right? So take a moment. Whenever you are able to check an item off that list, take a moment and appreciate how much you've gotten done. Look at your list and go, look at all these things I checked off today, right? And then use that feeling of accomplishment to power you through to the next thing on the list. And then rinse and repeat, and before you know it, you've made it through another highly productive day. If you're in the habit of using if you're not in the habit of using daily to-do lists yet, I hope this encourages you to give it a serious try. Start right now. Make a list of 5 things you want to get done before you call it a night today. See how that goes, and then get in the habit of working from a daily list starting tomorrow morning. You got this. And seriously, it's going to make all the difference in the world with how productive you are, how much you get done. So, hey, now I'd love to hear from you. Do you use a to-do list? Have you found it helpful? How has it benefited you? So please share your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your stories. Anyway, thanks for being here with me today. Thank you, Anitra and Denise, for being live with me, and anyone else who might be live who just hasn't commented, and anyone who's watching the replay. I appreciate you. So go out there, have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.